Hello, welcome back to week 2 of the Fantasy Help Desk presented by Current Technologies. My name is Ramon Bassett and I'm here with my partner Brennan. And we're back here after another week of NFL action. Boy, was that incredible this week. More importantly, fantasy football action.
Correct. We had a huge weekend of fantasy action where a ton of wide receivers had monster days. Cooper Kupp, DJ Moore, Henry Ruggs, just to name a few.
And none of those were on my team.
Standard reminder, unlike the Current Technologies Help Desk, which is open 24/7, 365, the Fantasy Help Desk is coming to you for about 3 to 4 minutes every week, every Wednesday. But the insider tips and trades that you're going to get from us are going to help propel your fantasy team to the top of the league, just like IT solutions from Current Technologies can help propel your organization to the top of its industry.
Yes, go and reach out to us. We will make you look like a star.
So this week we want to do one of the activities that every fantasy manager loves, and that's going hunting for sleepers.
Yes.
So we have a few receivers. Yeah, we have a few receivers circled who are available in at least 50% of leagues that we think at least merit a roster spot on your team, even if it is just a bench for now.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think makes a good receiver, Ramon?
I think it is all about connection. I think if they can be trusted by their quarterback to be able to say, just place it there and I'll be there and catch it. Don't worry about what's going on, just throw it and I'll be there.
Connectivity and reliability.
Right, and so just like that is needed, so that's what you need with an IT partner like Current Technologies, to where we will go and make sure that we are there for you when you need us, and to make sure that your connection for wired and wireless for your operations is doing the optimal and is being that that star for you. And so that's something that's important, and we can be able to help make sure that your wired or wireless connection is working for you.
Absolutely, Ramon. Now let's get into this. The first one we have is Ronald Moore, wide receiver in the Arizona Cardinals. He's rostered in only 19% of leagues, which I think is criminally low.
Oh yeah, definitely.
He's averaging 17.6 points per game.
I wish I had him on mine. I might grab him.
Yep.
Don't steal him from me.
The week 1, he put up 10.8. Week 2, he had a much better week. He had 24.4, about the same stat line, but he added a touchdown to it as well. So far, Moore is 11 of 13 on passes targeted his way. That's the reliability that we were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And so when you look at this Cardinals receiving core, Hopkins is obviously the number 1. I think A.J. Green right now is slated as the number 2. But behind those two, I think Moore is definitely number 3 by the end of the season. I could see him up being number 2 on Kyler Murray's target list.
That's great. Yeah, definitely. That's something that we need to take a look at and watch out for.
Second guy is KJ Osborne, wide receiver for the Vikings. He's only rostered on about 1% of leagues right now. He's flying way under the radar, but he's making a huge impact.
Talk about under the radar. I've had some business owners tell me that the way they evaluate their IT managed service providers is if they don't see us. Meaning that everything functions well, they can reach out when they need us, but that we don't disrupt their business operations, that we are under the radar but effective. And that's what we pride ourselves on.
Yep, same way KJ Osborne is for the Vikings. Like I said, he's only rostered in about 1% of leagues, but he's averaging 17.4 points through the first 2 weeks. He's solidified himself as wide receiver number 3 on this roster behind Thielen and Jefferson. And if he can maintain this kind of production through the next 2 weeks with tough games against Seattle and Cleveland, I believe he'll quickly remove himself from this sleeper conversation.
Yeah, so you better get him on your roster as soon as possible.
Yep. And third, I have Bryan Edwards, receiver for the Raiders. He's rostered in about 17% of leagues right now, and he's averaging slightly less than 10 per game. Edwards has led the Raiders in receiver snaps through 2 weeks.
So why do you think he is a sleeper right now?
Just because he's rostered in only about 17% of leagues. Like I said, he is probably the number 2 weapon. Maybe you could say Henry Ruggs is number 2. He's 2 to 3 weapon behind Darren Waller. But the receiver snaps he's getting and just the target share means that he's bound to have higher production.
Yeah, with Derek Carr going and spreading it out.
Derek Carr is having a big year.
Yep.
So thank you for tuning into this week's episode of the Fantasy Help Desk. If you guys enjoyed this, please let us know by liking and sharing. If you have any topics that you'd like to see us cover in the next week or any questions, please drop those in the comments and we'll be happy to answer those for you.
Yeah, definitely. And as we conclude, the Fantasy Help Desk has been brought to you by Current Technologies. And if you have any type of IT issues, physical security issues, please reach out to us and we will be happy to have that conversation and help you win on the IT of your business operations. Until next week, have a great day.